Politics is about being popular. Media is about being popular. But legends are never made when they try to only be popular. Legacies are made when you try to do something which others don't have the audacity to do. So I defeated the sitting Congress president, which has never happened in the history of my country. I kept saying, I will defeat Rahul Gandhi. And I did. And people were like, you're crazy. This has never happened.
And then in 2024, it didn't happen. Then what happened?
People around me thought I'd completely gone bonkers because I looked at my smile. I said, I know you did this for the right reason. And people looked at me like, oh my God, is she mad? I've been on the streets of Delhi trying to sell cosmetics from the road. The people that you see on the roadside. I've been one of those people.
Really?
Yeah. So I did say it. I will be a big shot one day. And the house we are being thrown out of, I'll come back and buy it.
Wow. And when you came into politics, what was the most surprising thing? So I'm originally from Portugal, and my story is that my father died when I was 14 years old, and he was my best friend. And from there, I felt like I started asking questions, and then I decided like I'm going to live life on my own terms, and I'm going to make the most out of it, because my father was 39 years old, he died, so no one is going to tell me how life should be lived. I started something bigger, and then I decided to go on a tour around the world, and I've been in India for there. And then I go to the US to do the same. So, and I see a lot of foreigners, they come to India, they see the chaos and like.
We have managed to create calm within chaos.
That's exactly that.
I think chaos is quintessentially what life is all about.
Yeah.
So you may feel that chaos is only when there is peace. Not many understand that chaos can also be thought.
Exactly.
Not many understand that chaos can also be emotion.
Yeah.
Many believe that chaos can be manifested in the physical world.
Yeah.
Not many understand that chaos can also be internalized.
Yeah.
And I think that Indians have this intrinsic human value of finding that peace in that chaos.
What a beginning. So let me ask you, so if I speak with your family and I ask who is Smriti, what do you think they're going to tell me?
I don't think anybody knows anybody. The greatest presumptions we have as human beings when we look at another is that they may be well known by family and friends. But if we are honest with each other, then the question is, does a human being truly reveal himself or herself? The only person you reveal yourself to is yourself or your God. You live your relationships in conversations that serve that relationship. Your conversations are different with your partner. They're different with your child. They're a part of you. They're not the whole you. So the child perceives you from the child's perspective. The partner perceives you from the partner's perspective. None of them see the whole you. So when you mourn someone, you mourn a part of them that you know.
Yeah.
A child mourns the loss of a parent. The parent is much more than just the father or the mother. And sometimes the same individual professionally will be looked at differently. So if you read an obituary by a family, they will say it's a loving mother or a loving father or a loving grandparent. But if you ask somebody back at their workplace, they'll say, oh, they were not that loving. So I think that human beings tend to not reveal themselves completely to that one individual, to that one relationship, unless it's God. Because God is the only one who doesn't sit in judgment. God is the only one who knows every facet, every little sly move, every little thought that crosses you. And that's the only entity, being, that you can't lie to. Because God knows you better than you know yourself. So you can ask anybody, but they'll not give you a full version of me. But I think if you even ask me, or I ask of you, who you are, what your journey is, human beings have a tendency of presenting the best of themselves.
Mm.
No human being critiques oneself
Mm.
publicly because it is a very hazardous thing to do. It'll damage your podcast if you reveal your true self. It damages brands who try to come to podcasts so that they can look more humane.
Mm.
So, if we are being honest to those who are watching us today,
Mhm.
let's be honest enough to tell them that you're not completely honest, are you? That's what happens when you come to India. We peel you layer by layer.
Mm. Okay, so then we can, what I'm curious about is to understand then about your beliefs. Like, what is something that you truly believe, that maybe not many people agree with you?
I don't believe to seek validation.
Mm.
My belief is not up for measurement.
Mm.
I believe that the God I pray to is a father figure for me in life. I pray to Shiva, Mahadev. When God manifests himself in that form, popularly, internationally, you look at that God from the perspective of destruction,
Mm.
right? But that for me is a father figure in life. When I look at Durga, I think of her as a mother figure.
Mm.
But when I talk of her as though she is a real entity, you may feel I'm off my rockers.
Mm.
So my belief is my belief. You may not agree with it. You may judge me for it. I couldn't care less. My belief is that I am where I am because I am destiny's child. Otherwise, I come from prospects which are economically challenged. I come from struggles where people are not known to succeed. I come from beliefs which manifest itself as a roadblock.
Mm.
So if I was not God's own child, if I did not have those blessings,
Wow.
I always remember that just a speck in a nation of 1.4 billion people who all work hard, who all want a better life, who all care for their families. I am a part of two distinct fields in India, politics and media. What are the chances of me being a success in both fields? If that isn't God's blessing, what is?
Yeah, and it was two completely separate fields. But what really drives you that brought these two together?
I think that it came to me rather than me going to it. You can pursue something your whole life
Mm.
and still not succeed till success is meant for you. So it's not as if I said, oh, I will go into media and I'll become the number one actor. Doesn't happen. There are many who want that to be true. It only happens if you're destined for it. I'm a part of the largest political organization in the world. What are the chances that I alone made it to one of the most powerful cabinet positions? I defeated the sitting Congress president, which has never happened in the history of my country. What are the chances? So I believe that destiny takes you through those circles and through those little rounds of life. You have to know that things happen for a reason.
Mm.
And you have to believe that. If you do, there is a sense of serenity and calm.
So you never, yeah, planned then your career?
No.
No. So when you
I went to media because I wanted a better paycheck. That's it.
okay.
I was not pursuing stardom. I went into politics as a simple political worker. So I had my day job in the media while I was in politics. And they're professional politicians, but I was a professional in politics. And I think that 2003 is when I first became a party office bearer in Maharashtra as a youngster. I fought my first election when I was 27. And I was at that time doing a television show, which is the highest rated in Indian television. Mm, Just the amount of work done in a day across both fields is an impossibility if you're not destined for it.
Exactly.
And I was raising a very young family. I had my baby was 3 months old in 2003 when I went for my first electoral campaign with a 3-month-old baby and doing a job in television.
How long did you do it for?
I campaigned 22 days straight and my day was like in the morning, 6 o'clock, feed my baby, after bathing my baby, putting my baby to sleep, catching a flight, going to Rajasthan. Vasundhara Raje was the candidate for chief minister. Campaign for her all day, take a flight at 5 o'clock back to Bombay, then Bombay, now Mumbai, and go home, again feed the baby, put the baby to sleep, then go to work the whole night shift, and then come back home at 5. And again bathe the baby, feed the baby, then again catch the flight. I did that 22 days straight. It's not humanly possible.
When was it like going into politics was not just an idea, it became a calling for you?
I think I was the USAID and WHO ambassador to India
Yeah.
in the year 2001.
Mm.
In 2 years, I traveled across my country on issues of child health and mother's health.
Oh.
And ORS with zinc as a brand ambassador I introduced to India. And I realized that I could do all this work and still not create impact. I also gave parts of my salary, my remuneration as a media personality to some villages in a place called Talasari, Dano in Maharashtra, where I wanted to do drinking water projects for villages around that area. And everybody told me you can keep doing this and still not impact change till you become a policymaker. So the only way one could become a policymaker is if one was a bureaucrat or if one got into electoral politics. So between 2001 and almost 3, because I was working with WHO, I could not have an active political office. So I stepped aside from my WHO work and I joined the BJP in 2003. I wanted to influence policy.
And when you came into politics, what was the most surprising thing for you?
Nothing. Nothing about life surprises me. It includes politics. I've never been surprised.
No, nothing.
No.
Nothing.
I was very conscious of the fact that I wanted to prove my credentials in politics out of sheer hard work and have the respect of my colleagues. I could have, as a media professional, flexed my cultural muscle and said, look how popular I am, and then parachuted my way through. When I look back in hindsight, I could have done the whole PR machinery um, to my service. I could have drummed up a lot of those little nooks and corners where people gather to exert influence. I did nothing of that sort. I worked from the grassroots up. One, because it is essential that I learned every topography of
Oh,
politics.
yeah.
In the past 25 years, if I look at my country on the road through rail and obviously by airplanes, I have traveled states and every district of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal. Um, yeah, Karnataka. I think I've been to almost every district of my country, barring three places: Ladakh, Andaman Nicobar, and Lakshadweep. The entire northeast by road.
Wow.
So today, in every district, I will have, and even if I was not I was not in Ladakh or Andaman Nicobar or Lakshadweep, but I still have colleagues there. So today, if somebody looks at my phone right now, you will find on speed dial 12,000 people. And when I was in 2010-11, the BJP National President for Women, we created an ecosystem of, I still remember, 80,000 women in the country.
80,000.
Yep. So there are many of the team members that I had as president who became ministers who are currently also serving. Meenakshi Lekhi was the Minister of State for our External Affairs Ministry, brought into the BJP under my tenure, made my vice president in my team. Sharda Devi, she's now the president of BJP Manipur, was made vice president with me. Vijay Rahatkar, she was general secretary with me, is the current chairperson of the National Commission for Women. Darshana Jirdosh, in the last tenure of Prime Minister Modi, she served as Minister of State for Textiles and Railways, was brought in Delhi politics as my general secretary. Asha Lakra was my national secretary, is currently serving in the Commission for Scheduled Tribes in India. Pratima Bhaumik, the first female minister from the state of Tripura, was a part of my executive committee. So there are many women. Vanati Srinivasan, who defeated Kamala in Coimbatore, is the current head of the BJP National Women's Wing. Again, a colleague that I started working with in 2007 from the state of Tamil Nadu. Who else? Rekha Gupta, the current chief minister of Delhi. So there is a long list of women that I've had the privilege of working with as team leader or as colleagues. And I think that is what quintessentially your contribution as a leader. It's not how much adoration that you can collect for yourself. How many people can you defend? How many people can you make a leader? For me, that was the most fulfilling part.
That's how you measure like your.
That's how I measure my success. How many other colleagues of mine could I help become more successful or as successful? Be it in media, be it in politics. That has been my measure always.
Mm. Mm. And what else? How do you measure the
People are the
impact?
legacies. I think people are the legacies that you create. Because then ultimately, if you can inspire somebody to pay it forward, that's your impact.
Oh. I love it. Yeah.
If you can, everybody can live for themselves. Everybody can look out for themselves. If you can train somebody to look out for others as well, that's your impact. And in my 25, before I came for your podcast, a colleague who met me while I was minister, who knew me when I was not minister, and who also knew me when I just began in the Naxal belt of Gadchiroli in Maharashtra. He just today met me and older now, kept staring. He said, "My God, you haven't changed." For me, that is impact. The fact that somebody's seen you in 2.5 decades of your journey and feels that they can pick up threads of conversation anywhere, anytime. And that's very rare in politics. That's rarer still in media. But I have that. That's impact.
How?
Like in one of your podcasts, you had Nitya.
Yeah.
And her father used to work with me. So when I see her, she may have obviously no recollection of me except for conversations that her parents may have had. But what are the chances of you knowing a kid whose parent is my colleague? You are from another country, another part of the planet.
Yeah.
That is the sphere of my existence. People are looking at creating spheres of influence. I think I'm very happy to have a sphere of existence. You know Puneet, who's from Scotland,
Yeah.
who's another colleague of mine from the BJP. So see where my two worlds are meeting. You've seen both parts of my world. You've met with a daughter of a media colleague,
Yeah.
and you know a political colleague. What are the chances that you have barely met have already seen two facets of my life?
But I think for me, what is fascinating is how did you, your life in those years must have been crazy, just traveling, the amount of decisions that you had to take, the stress, the media, everything. What helped you to stay grounded over in those years?
What is grounded? The definition changes with every stage of life.
So, yeah.
So, what is grounded?
I think grounded is when you are able to, I think we spoke about that at the beginning, when there's so much happening in your life and you are able to stay grounded, balanced, and take decisions. And
What is balance?
Good question. Now I think I'm being interviewed.
What is balance? What is grounded? Everything that we presume to be true today may just turn on its own head in exactly 5 minutes from now.
What do you mean?
Some people presume being grounded is being polite.
Okay, fair.
What if that polite disposition is nothing but an act? Some people believe balance means balancing between the personal and the professional, or balancing between two professions. What if that balance is a balance between you and your God? So I think in every nomenclature that you've used or every experience that you've used, perspectives change. And I believe people can have different voices, but very few voices have differentiated perspectives about the same issue.
Okay, yeah.
We look at individuals and we measure them by the same standards, given their backgrounds. So there is a presumption that we already have. But what if the person doesn't fit into any silo we have presumed about them?
True. Yeah, because it all comes from our own experiences, our own.
If balance
right?
is that whatever your relationships are to be balanced, what if one relationship leaves? Your child, you're spending your whole life bringing that child up.
Yeah.
The child has to leave. So what was balance doesn't exist now. The child is living their own lives. And you've done the same to your parent. You've left. So what about their balance? Sounds a bit heavy, but it's true.
Yeah. I think what I wanted to ask you is, or even like.
So I've always understood that what I invest in today as human beings will eventually leave. So my sense of balance comes from just me and my God. Because everybody else around me is destined to leave in some form or other. So my sense of balance, which I'm presuming that you're hoping to find an answer for, is an understanding first that if I try to create balance in my life in comparison to an individual, an organization, an entity, that is not a stagnant, static issue in my life.
Mm.
So you have to find balance within.
Mm. Yeah, I think it's fair. Mm, I think for me, it's about like whoever is watching us at home is sometimes go through tough moments
Yes.
in life, and there are
You know
certain
where the tough moments come from? It's because you have expectations that somebody will come and rescue you. That's not going to happen.
Mm,
Your tough moments come from because you have an expectation that somebody will understand you.
mm,
That won't happen. Your expectation that somebody will solve it, somebody will validate it, somebody will show you the way, that will not happen.
yeah, yeah,
So when you are not living your life in context to something else, then one, you will always have balance within yourself.
yeah.
You will never have expectations. And hence you will never cave.
Mm,
You'll never break.
yeah, yeah. I love it. Yeah, you spoke about leadership. Maybe I think for women who are, I say, working in environments where are mostly male dominated, what is your advice for them in order to
What
succeed?
is never think that only men can be your enemy. I think that one of the greatest misconceptions is that conformity gets you a glad audience. It doesn't. Many people punch below their weight because they want to fit. Many people get into places where their purpose helps them generate new ideas, which then get copied, and they are left with absolutely no returns or no
Mm,
credit.
mm,
Many people have to work with people who are less competent than they are, but who will get more glory than they ever will. Those are the modern circumstances
yeah,
of work.
yeah.
In that, never lose yourself. It is true for both men and women. The only disadvantage, possibly, that women have is that their assertiveness is many a times misconstrued. Their confidence, and many a times, is misconstrued as arrogance, which is fine. My belief in life was as long as I get the job done, I don't care whether you did not like me if the job meant serving my country.
Mm, ah,
Because
so good.
if I want to serve my country, then serving your country is not a popularity contest. If you want to serve your ideology, then everybody is in a popularity contest. Maybe you're the only one who opts out. Politics is about being popular. Media is about being popular. But legends are never made when they try to only be popular. Legacies are made when you try to do something which others don't have the audacity to do.
Where did you get that?
I have no idea.
Really?
No, I don't.
So powerful. Yeah.
I can only attribute this to my God.
Mm.
I'm not somebody that you'll see who's fasting every day.
Mhm.
I will possibly fast 9 days in Navratri.
Mm.
That too, if God is kind.
Mm.
So if my fast by any chance becomes very tough for me because I don't eat or drink water at all for 9 days, and I tell God, maybe you didn't want me to do it. So anything that doesn't work out, I always believed that God didn't want this to happen. But I don't get angry or frustrated about it because I've always seen in my life that whatever happens, ultimately, I look back and say, this is why you did it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. It's a radical acceptance. You just accept whatever happens to you.
Because there's nothing which has happened to me where, irrespective of how troublesome the time may have been,
Yeah.
that I've not looked back and said, thank you.
Wow.
But now I've reached a stage in life where I know it's been done for a reason. I've had so many experiences that even if I meet with some difficulty,
Yeah.
I know that's because there's a new turn happening in my life.
Wow. I love that, Smriti.
I have lost people.
Mm.
People I've loved, they have died.
Mm.
People I've loved have had terminal diseases. But I've seen them go in peace. I've seen them go suddenly. Um, I have seen my own set of challenges, but I know it'll work out. It always does. You just have to believe it will.
But do you know where that came from? Do you have anyone that influenced you, or so that you have such a strong belief in yourself? Was there? Do you know where that comes from?
No,
Curious.
no. I've been saying this as a child.
Really? Yeah.
So I have no idea where it came from. But my greatest belief is if it's not for my God, nothing else.
Mm. Mm.
It sounds very, very medieval,
That's okay. Yeah.
very spiritual, but that's my belief.
Yeah. I love it. I really love it. But you said that you had some tough times. Like, what helped you the most to overcome those tough times?
Knowing that it'll turn out okay.
Yeah.
That you have to go through it.
Yeah.
People believe a happy life is a life where you have no problems. A happy life is a life where you may have problems, but you have the capacity to go through those challenges.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm happy I have the capacity to go through challenges. And at the same time, I'm happy that I have come out of every challenge better, better read, better informed, better positioned. So I'm happy about that.
What was one of the biggest like challenges that you faced, and what did you learn, so that we can see an example of what you're saying?
To be jobless, to have no money is no greater challenge than.
Really? When was that?
I mean, I was born in a family with very meager means.
Yeah.
So we were on the road, we were on the streets when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there are times where we had to, like, my mother barely had money to make sure that I mean, we would always be on tenterhooks whether she'll get a salary next month or not. So I've seen those days. I've been on the streets of Delhi trying to sell cosmetics from the road, the people that you see on the roadside. I've been one of those people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So when I see that and now I see this, it'll work out.
Wow.
So anybody that I see who goes through challenge, I've lived my life, so I know that there is a God. So I tell people, I said, don't worry, it'll work out. Just believe it'll work out. So uh, you would hate to use the word abject poverty, but I've seen poverty. And it is not possible that a kid who's at the age of 7, dirt poor, becomes a cabinet minister and has a 2.5 decade media career as one of the most popular, highest paid actors in Indian television. That doesn't happen till you believe.
Do you think the 7-year-old, or not even the 10-year-old, if someone would have told that one day?
No, I said when I was 7
What did you
that I will be a big shot one day. And the house we are being thrown out of, I'll come back and buy it. So I did say it.
Really? So you've seen.
So when a lot of people tell me, oh, manifestation, I have no idea, but
Yeah. So you always believed in yourself, and And you always believe that there was
You're
something.
not the only soul entity on the planet.
Mm.
You are amongst a mix of many.
Mm.
And even at that age, my mother would ask me, why are you so confident? Just look around you. I'm like, no idea. So I did have my parents ask me, what is wrong with me? Because they were like, what makes you believe, given the circumstances we are in? I said, no idea.
Wow, Smriti, that's unbelievable.
So if you look at my life between 2014 and 2019,
Mm-hmm.
I kept saying, I will defeat Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah.
And I did. And people are like, you're crazy. This has never happened. And between 2019 and 2024, I never made any other claim. That's public knowledge.
Yeah.
If you look back at all my statements, you'll see between 2019 and 24, never made any other statement. Between 14 and 19, I kept saying, this will happen.
Oh. And then in 2024, it didn't happen. Then what happened?
Nothing. I remember standing in that house in the village, looking at, there's a temple in the house, and I'm fortunate to have that. And Ma Durga's Pratima and Shiv Bhagwan is there. And I think people around me thought I'd completely gone bonkers because I looked at Ma, I smiled, I said, I know you did this for the right reason. And people looked at me like, oh my God, is she bad? I'm like, this happened for a reason.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes you lose to win something.
Mm. Yeah. So you really,
So
yeah.
if I was not thrown out when I was 7, would I be where I am today?
Yeah.
At that time, to lose a home,
Mm-hmm.
to lose prospects is most devastating because you're a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I had lost 2004 and being so devastated, forget lost, if I had won 2004 from Chandni Chowk, would I have ever fought Amethi?
Yeah.
So you have to lose something to get to the next phase. Because you get very comfortable in victories, right?
Mm.
Nobody ever imagined, what if I'd won Chandni Chowk in 2004?
Mm-hmm.
See?
And what did you learn from those moments, those two moments, right? 2004?
In 2009,
No,
see,
2014 and 2024.
2014 also I'd lost.
Yeah, exactly. So what did you
See?
learn from those
That's
two?
because victories and losses don't matter. What matters is the journey in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even when I'd won 2019,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to take my victory certificate or celebration. Everybody who worked with me went and took the certificate, did the celebration. I went home and went to sleep. You achieved a goal,
Mm.
that's okay now. Go on to the next.
Mm.
I've never celebrated.
Mm.
But imagine, what if I'd won 2004? So you have to lose something to win something.
Mm. And then you always believe in yourself and you keep believing in yourself and believing in your purpose.
Because if you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else?
Yeah. And people who have issues with self-confidence, what is your advice to them? Because I think that's where there's a lot of people that get stuck.
The lack of self-confidence may be for 3 reasons. One, that the resources are so constrained that there's a fear of losing resources.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You need to sit and decide. Are you scared because you'll run out of resources?
Yeah.
Or are you scared because you seek validation? Or are you scared because you think that this is a new idea and it may fail? If it is a fear because you lack resources,
Mm-hmm.
then tackle the resources part. For instance, when I was a Femina Miss India finalist, I didn't have the resource. I borrowed money with a particular promise that I'll pay it back by working XYZ number of hours or in a particular time period. Life is not so complicated that you cannot sit and decide and decipher. The issue is we need to quantify what the problem is, the root of the problem.
Yeah.
If you're scared because you're seeking somebody's validation, then know that you'll never get somebody's complete acceptance. If you're scared because this idea has never been done before, what if you fail? Then it's good. Because the best part about that statement is that you have an idea that nobody else had. Can you come up with another idea? Most definitely you can. So I think, why do you lack the confidence is a conversation only you can have with yourself. And once you can taper down what the real issue is, then I think self-confidence is not the problem anymore. For instance, some people may have a problem with self-confidence because they don't know how to speak. They don't know how to present. Is there a fix for it? Yes, there is. Some people may not feel confident because they don't look good. Is there a fix for it? There is. Some people may not be very confident because they may not know the language. Is there a fix for it? Is there a solution for it? There is. So if you can sit there and ideate on what is the actual problem, then maybe you can address the issue of self-confidence. But that is a conversation only you can have with yourself. For instance, I'm very scared of heights. When I was a kid, I fell off a cliff. I landed in a thorny bush. So mercifully, I didn't break anything. But I fell from a huge cliff. So what is it that I learned from that? One, don't meander around anywhere alone. There's nobody to take you out of the thorny bush. But I realize I'm very scared of heights. Does that mean I stopped going to tall buildings? No. I would go and I would look straight down as much as I could.
Yeah.
I was very scared of water. So I learned how to swim.
Yeah.
So if you're fearful, first identify what the fear is and then address it. The lack of self-confidence is nothing but this.
It's a lack of self-awareness about what is exactly.
Everybody's aware. You just have to reduce the noise.
Yeah.
And see what the noise is signaling.
Yeah. And then find a solution, as you said.
And only you can.
Exactly.
Because only you're responsible for your life. Nobody else cares.
Yeah.
It's a very sharp, hard reality, but it's true.
Yeah.
So you have that moment now. You have that opportunity now. You will not get it again. So do you want to address that opportunity now or you don't? That's a decision only human beings can make for themselves. If you're okay to let go of that opportunity, okay. I was very conscious that any opportunity I get, I will take. And to fulfill that opportunity, what all do I need to do? Do I need to get better, more articulate, learn more, study more? I will. So even if I spoke, even when I became a minister, even when there will be 20,000, I never had a speechwriter. I would study on my own.
Wow.
And if somebody told me, if there was constructive critique, you shouldn't have said this, you should have said this, I would sit and think and say, okay, yeah, this was constructive, let's do it this way. But for that, you need to be open that everybody can critique you.
How do you yourself deal with criticism?
I deal with it as it should be dealt with.
How?
There are some who will critique you because they genuinely want to inform you from their own experiences.
Okay.
And those are the people who actually care.
Mm.
There's some who will critique you because they don't like you. There will some who will critique you because they don't like the idea you profess. There will some who will critique you because they've been at the same turn in life. They may have absolutely no emotional tie-ins with you, your thought, your organization, your ideology. But they want to tell you that, listen, I was exactly at this crossroad. I went through this exactly. What if you do this? So they want others to learn from their experience. You should have enough bandwidth to distinguish between the four.
Mm. Yeah. I really like it. So now, for you, what excites you now? What is now? What's
Nothing.
next for you?
Nothing.
No?
No. Because I think you must have understood from India and your experiences here. Everybody around the world right now is in a world where everybody seeks some kind of stimulation.
Mm.
I don't seek it. When you don't seek, you do find. I know the Bible says, seek and ye shall find. But sometimes when you don't seek, even then you find.
So for you now, you just stay present.
I always was.
Yeah. So you always stay that what I understand about you and I love about that, you were always present, very, very present in the moment. You do what you had to do, what you believe.
And I will continue to.
Yeah. And then you let also life throw you opportunities, yeah?
Anything that you have done in life that you were not meant to do.
Based on what you say, what we could say, no. Yeah.
Is there anything that can make you predict exactly what you will do 2 days from now?
No.
And what's the point?
Exactly. Yeah. 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 For me, I think the biggest belief that I broke that I had before was now it's the illusion that I never had controls over my life. And that was very powerful for me. And that also brought me a lot of peace.
Can I be allowed to do a little?
You are allowed to do whatever
See,
you want.
when you started this conversation, you said you were 14 when you lost your father.
Yeah.
He was 39.
Yes.
And you decided that you will live life
Yes.
because nobody knows what happens when you're 39.
True.
Is that true?
Exactly.
Which means you've led your entire life on the basis of that one incident.
Yeah. True.
And everything builds from that one incident.
Yeah.
What if that incident didn't exist? What would your life be?
Yeah. It's a good question. Yeah. Mm.
So when I say my life at 7, it is to give you context. But even if it didn't have at 7, whatever happened to me, it won't matter. I don't live my life on the basis of what happened to me when I was 7.
Mm.
So if I take away from Rodrigo what happened at 14,
Yeah.
what would you be? So we all live our lives in context to something that has happened to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
What if we take away that context? Are we peaceful? Do we stop searching? We do. And that's why when I told you about balance,
Now I'm connecting the dots. Yeah. 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 But what I love about what you say, and it happened to me is that sometimes we search too hard.
stop.
Yeah.
It'll come to you.
It will come. Yeah. And I think when we are in that moment, when we stop searching and we're more present, and then things come to us and we can also see more clear things.
I was working 25 years, 30 years, 32 years I've been working. Every day of my life.
Mm.
Barely with a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I felt I couldn't do was sleep. I couldn't sleep. I be there to get XYZ done, right? You ask me when do you sleep? The issue is that even if I don't do anything, is the life that I've lived enough? It is. The only issue that confronts people who are in front of the camera is that you have to keep retelling the story of your life to be relevant. So, how many people are just telling their stories just so that they can be relevant? And in that whole journey of trying to tell their stories, they're also seeking stimulation
Yeah.
so that they can keep telling their stories.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I think we connected
The balance.
yeah, the
And
balance.
what if you had no context?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in India, I mean, from whatever little I know of spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
it's about being shunya.
What do you mean?
You will have to find a saintly person to explain shunya to you.
Mm.
Because the English translation would be zero.
So,
You will have to find somebody who is spiritually evolved and not as basic as I am.
but tell me the basic. At least I start with the basic.
No, shunya is an Indian concept. There is no Western concept to it. There is no Western understanding to it. Like I said, the English translation in terms of figures mathematically would be zero. But if I was to philosophize it, what would I say? If you add 0 after 1, do you increase its value? You do.
If you increase.
If you add 0 after 1,
Oh, after one, yeah.
do you increase its value?
Yeah.
And when you keep adding the zeros, does the value of that one digit keep increasing? So what is more valuable?
Okay.
Similarly,
Yeah.
if you put that 0 before the 1 and keep adding the zeros ahead of that 1, do you decrease the value of that 1?
Mm.
You do, right?
Mm-hmm.
You make that digit go from a positive to a negative, right? So what is more value? So when they say, what is your value in somebody's life? 0. It's where you put me.
Yeah.
That's how your value increases or decreases.
Give me an example.
A mother, a wife. If you nurture her as much as she nurtures you, does she give you more? She does. A mother or a wife. If you don't value her, but she's just there, then can she nurture you as much as you can be or should be? So if you ask of any mother who stays at home, doesn't have a career, families tend to say, she's just a mother. She's a housewife. But forget that she gave birth. When you leave her to begin your own life with your partner, who will love you unconditionally? Your partner or your mother? But you still leave her.
Mm. Yeah.
But when you want solace, when you're hurt, who do you cry out for? You don't cry out for your partner, you cry for your mother. 0.
Thank you so much. So beautiful. Can you inform your family that you're not going to go for time for dinner? I think this is going to continue.
My conversations, you're a country of 1.4 billion people. There are many like me here. Just turn the corner, you'll find somebody like me.
Wow, so good. Now we're coming to the end. Yeah, is there something, any advice that you would have?
Never
Love
take
to-
advice from anybody. Nobody knows your circumstance.
Hmm.
Nobody knows you. Nobody knows the demons you're battling.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody speaks from their life experiences,
Yeah.
but no two lives are the same. So if somebody gives you advice, what is the tone of that advice? If it is caring, then express your gratitude. That's all you do. Remember those words if they're caring. Be grateful that a person has taken the time out of their lives to tell you something, to share with you something. Just say thank you. I was in an airport recently, and a random woman who's a stranger came up to me in the parking lot and said, "Listen, I think that you've nicked your salwar kameez." So somebody standing next to me said, "Oh my God, that's so rude." I said, "No, she's an abject stranger who cares how I look."
Oh. Yeah.
That's an act of selflessness. So say thank you profusely. So if you have people coming up to you, just doing something
Mm.
for you, give you a little advice, genuinely do it. Be grateful for it. That person cares.
And then what do you do with it?
You see how applicable it is to you, but never forget to express gratitude.
Yeah.
Every advice is not applicable. But look at the person behind the words. If they deserve your gratitude, if they've taken the time to walk up to you, if they're kind, if they've said one good word to you, be grateful. Because in a world where no one has time and somebody makes time stand still so that they can communicate with you, genuinely be grateful.
I'm so grateful that you made the time
It's a
to be
pleasure
here.
to meet you.
Yeah.
Have a good life's journey ahead. You must have heard many stories from my country, but the one thing that you can take back, no matter where you go,
Yeah.
India is home for everybody on earth.
Yeah.
So if you ever seek family, if you ever seek solace, if you ever seek God, come back to my country.
You know what? I think I was Indian on another life. I don't know. I feel.
Must have been, and you're wearing the right color. Let it
So-
appear.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. I'm just expressing my gratitude to you.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.